we're going to discuss about the 18 group elements. In this lecture, we will learn about the compounds which are formed by the noble gases or 18 group elements. Before going to deal with the reactions, let us go for their occurrence. See, a very interesting point here. You should remember noble gases. Their names are very interesting. For example, you think about helium, which comes from the word Greek word helios. Helios meaning sun. Okay. Helios means sun. Means if you go to the sun, you will find a lot of helium there. So the source of helium is sun. It is also present in our environment air, but the major source of helium is sun. And earth crust. Definitely, almost all elements we can get from earth crust. If they are gases, they can get from air. The word neon, the element neon, it's again one of the noble gas, comes from the word neos. Neos means new. Neos means new. The next gas is what argon. Argon, which comes from the argos. Argos means inactive. Remember, inactive. Okay, argos means inactive. And krypton is the next noble gas. Krypton, which comes from the word cryptos, means hidden. Means very less resources are available for krypton hidden. And xenon. Xenon is the last but one element in the list of 18 group or zero group elements. And the meaning of xenon comes from xenos, which means strange, unknown. And radon definitely comes from radioactive, rad. This radon means radioactive. You see the three letters, radioactive. So these are very interesting and simple idea about the names of the noble gases. Okay, let us go for the next point about the uh, compounds of xenon. It is a very interesting topic. Compounds of xenon. Xenon form three types of compound. No any other element from the 18 group. We can say no noble gas form compound, but except xenon. Xenon is only the element which can form the compound. Right. See, uh, xenon form three types of compound. One of them is xenon fluorides. Then next is what? Xenon oxyfluorides and xenon oxides. The three types of compounds are there. First, we will go for the uh, first one, the fluorides of xenon. Remember, xenon form only three types of fluorides. Remember, xenon can form only three types of fluorides. Xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluorides, and xenon hexafluorides. Right? Only three types of fluorides are possible for xenon. And how they are prepared? Direct reaction between xenon and fluorine is carried out by using the nickel vessel or nickel reaction vessel. So we can go for this reaction, xenon and fluorine combination at temperature, at same atmospheric pressure in open access. You can say open container reaction can be carried out. 1 atmosphere means open container, as we perform in our laboratory. You take xenon and you take F2 and add these two gases, and then you get what? But one point should be remembered: xenon should be in excess. Only then you will get xenon difluoride. when xenon and fluorine ratio is 1:5, here fluorine is in more amount. In the first, to get xenon difluoride, xenon should be in excess. To get xenon tetrafluoride, fluorine should be in excess, 1:5. So based on this proportion, stoichiometric proportion, we can prepare all types of xenon fluoride, all three types of xenon. And the last one is, look at the reaction. Temperature is low, but pressure is very high. Very high pressure required to make xenon hexafluorides. You can see here 60 atmosphere for xenon hexafluorides. Only 1 atmosphere difluoride. You see ratio of xenon and fluorine is what? कितना लेंगे आप? How much you have to add? 20 times. If you take 1 liter, take this 20 liters. According to stoichiometry, if you take xenon a particular moles, so you take 20 equivalent of fluorine gas and then you get xenon hexafluoride. So these are the simple methods for the synthesis of xenon fluorides. There are 3 xenon fluorides: xenon difluorides, xenon trifluorides, and xenon difluorides, xenon tetrafluorides, xenon hexafluorides. Let us go for the next reaction. Before that, structure. This is the xenon difluoride. Very simple. Xenon tetrafluoride and xenon hexafluoride. If you discuss about this geometry and hybridization of xenon, it will be easy for us to find out what is the expected geometry for this compound. Before going to find the geometry, we should know the hybridization. And knowing the hybridization is a very simple or maybe challenging task, depending on our idea about chemistry. So if you see this xenon here, form 2 bonds and there are 3 lone pairs on xenon. In this case, xenon form 4 bonds and 2 lone pairs are present on xenon. In this case, xenon forms 6 bonds with 6 fluorine atoms and 1 lone pair available on xenon. Question is, see, there are 3 options from your side to find out the hybridization of this xenon and xenon difluoride, but it is very logical. See how to find out the hybridization with a simple idea. What we do generally, we go for the finding the lone pairs first and sigma bonds. You see, there are 2 sigma bonds. I can add 1, 2. Then there are 3 lone pairs. I can write 1, 2, 3. There are 3 lone pairs. Now see, you cut how many total lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines. So I have to cut 5 boxes. Yes, already we have discussed this. So S के लिए एक box, D के लिए 3 boxes, and D for D there are 4, 5 boxes. So you cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means sp3d. Very logical. It is very helpful. But who will apply this? Only one who know the basic idea. The hybridization of xenon difluoride is sp3d. Next question. Xenon tetrafluoride. Yes, fast. So xenon tetrafluoride and xenon hexafluoride. The hybridization of this xenon tetrafluoride is sp3d2. And we know how to find out the hybridization, and you must know the structure also. Fine. So sp3d2, for sp3d2, the expected structure is what octahedral, or we can say square planar bipyramidal. But due to the presence of these two lone pairs on xenon, it is distorted and this become only square planar. Square planar. If you go for this one, xenon hexafluoride. So what is the expected hybridization? Yes,
sp3d3.
sp3
D3.
sp3d3.
sp3d3. Very nice. It is sp3d3, and the expected geometry would be pentagonal bipyramidal if you follow the BSEPR theory. But due to the presence of lone pair, it is distorted, and we can say distorted pentagonal bipyramid. Hope you understand this concept.